Carson Wentz has had two really bad games. I'm not going to sugarcoat him. But to sit there and say that he needs to be benched, he's not our franchise quarterback and we need to trade him, now come on, guys.
We got the Eagles. We got the Sixers. Philly talk.
What's going on, everybody? Philly Mike here. And if you're new to the channel, support the Eagles or the Sixers, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. And all the support you guys give Philly talk. Let's get down to business, though. This video is going to be quick, but something has been irking me since Sunday. Carson Wentz that was probably his worst game of his career. He played bad against the Saints last year. He played bad against Dallas this year. He played bad against the Patriots in that loss. But this game was bad just for the simple fact that he had a career high in turnovers. A career high, 2 picks and 2 fumbles. Turnovers that could have resulted into points. So yes, Carson Wentz was hugely to blame for this loss against the Seattle Seahawks. But take a look at Dan Orlowski's Twitter. I tweeted it last night. I'm going to put the tweet in the link below. Check it out if you haven't seen that breakdown. It just showed how no matter how bad Carson Wentz is playing, his receivers are not helping him. They're too young. They're not running the right routes. They're putting him in bad positions, but it is what it is. Carson Wentz still has to overcome that. The throw he threw to Miles Sanders, and there was other throws that were there was no excuses. No excuses. So I agree. Carson Wentz deserves criticism. But what I've been hearing since Sunday is trade Carson Wentz, bench Carson Wentz, Carson Wentz is a bust? No. You don't just go from making crazy on-point throws, breaking out of tackles inside, breaking out of sacks, avoiding sacks, making big plays, throwing dots, balling, to not knowing how to play football. Yes, Carson Wentz is struggling for many reasons. He's in his head. He's pressing too much. He's forgetting fundamentals, mechanics, holding the ball with one hand, holding the ball weak, not doing what he needs to do. But these are correctable things. If the coaching staff is just okay, these are correctable things. These are things that he wasn't doing in 2017. These are things he wasn't doing in the beginning of the season when Pro Football Focus had him as one of the best QBs for playing how he's playing with what he's playing with. Now, again, he played horrible against the Seattle Seahawks. But again, right tackle, all pro, not playing. Right guard, highest paid in the league, not playing. Alshon, Nelson, D-Jack, not playing. Jordan Howard, your bruiser, not playing. So, not many people can come in that situation and succeed. But he did extra to lose the game with the turnovers. So you got me. But I believe he's trying too hard. We have to let him try. Let the game come to him. He's not letting the game come to him no more because what he feels he has to do to get the win with what we put on the field. Now, again, go check that out on Twitter. Dan Orlowski, he breaks it down pretty nice. Pretty damn nice. Having players around you matters. Having coaching staff around you matters. Russell Wilson has talked about doing it by himself. He got Tyler Lockett. DK Metcalf, although he dropped balls in our game, is playing good ball. And he got a coach who plays a good style of football where he doesn't abandon the run. Russell Wilson is an MVP caliber quarterback, second to Lamar Jackson this year. But his coach runs the ball 46% of the time. So yeah, people say Russell's doing this without big name receivers and all that. But he has a team that is in top 5 in rushing, top 5 rushing amounts per game. And that means he doesn't have to do it all himself. He relies on the run, which helps the play action and everything else. When you run the ball 46% of the time, you are not doing everything by yourself. So I don't want to hear it. Carson Wentz, when he needs his coach to run the ball, which in both games we were down 1 possession score. We were running the ball for over 4.5 yards a carry against New England and running the ball for over 5 yards a carry against the Seahawks. We abandoned it. How are we running for 4.5 and 5 yards a carry And then we allow Carson to throw the ball 45 times, drop back 50 times, continue to get smacked, continue to fumble the ball. You got to put him in a better position. But again, Carson Wentz has been playing bad. I can make excuses for his talent around him, which is true, but I'm not making excuses that he doesn't need to get better. Of course, he needs to get better. He cannot turn the ball over like that. That is unacceptable. But for people to really come out there and say bust, trade, bench, that's crazy. That's crazy talk. At the end of the day, we're 5-6 and still only one game out. It's a crazy situation wherein Dallas is not doing what they need to do and letting us right back in the door. With the easy schedule we got, it is important to get to the playoffs for one reason. People say, why go to the playoffs? So we can get beat by a good team because we're not good. I understand how you feel, but at the end of the day, you never know what happens in the playoffs. And here's the reason it's important to get into the playoffs. Carson Wentz needs to get a playoff game under his belt. Win, lose, good, bad, it doesn't matter. He needs a playoff game under his belt to get experience. And at the end of the day, if the locker room is not going to get behind Wentz, then they got to do what Seattle did. The Legion of Boom didn't trust Russell, didn't want Russell, had beef with Russell, and they broke it up. It is what it is. And I'm telling you guys, if you don't like Wentz, it's going to be a long 10 years because Carson Wentz is a $100 million man. He is not going nowhere in Philly. So just get on the board and support your quarterback for the good and the bad. I'm telling you, I'm a firm believer that he is going to turn it around. One of the biggest reasons why I'm not as worried as a lot of other people are is because we've seen what Carson can do. You don't just wake up and forget that. Yes, he got to get out of his head. He got to correct his mechanics. He got to correct some things that coaching needs to help him with. Maybe Frank Wright helped him with it. Maybe John DeFilippio. I can never say his name. DeFilippio or whatever it is. I can't say it. But they helped Carson. They mentored him. They brought him back down to earth when he was feeling some type of way in pressing. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. But at the end of the day, criticize Carson Wentz when he plays bad. That's what Philly does. You heard Zach Ertz today in his press pass. He said, I've been here 7 years. The Eagle fans are going to boo. They're going to boo. Philly fans are going to boo when we're not performing. And rightfully so. They deserve better from us. We got to give them better. They boo. That's what it is. I love it. I love it because of the fact that you see how passionate Philly fans are. When we're losing, they going to let us know. And when they win us, they embrace us. That's what we do. But you can't jump to conclusions. 2 horrible games and now Carson Wentz is a bust? Carson Wentz is what? Jamarcus Russell? No. Come on now. At the end of the day, criticize when need to be, but don't say bust, trade, bench. They're words you can't say with Carson Wentz. He's our guy. We got to rally around him. And at the end of the day, we're 1 game behind. So we got a good stretch. Let's get behind Carson Wentz. Let's play football. And again, health is key. Health is key. Let's see how healthy we are going into Miami. Let's see what Carson Wentz does to correct it because he does have things he has to correct. But I had to get on here and say this because I was hearing some crazy things. Trade, bust, and bench. They're words you can't say with Carson Wentz. At the end of the day, he will be better. I'm a firm believer of it. And we're going to see how this plays out because we're going to see Carson Wentz for the long haul. At the end of the day, that's what it is. So let me know what you think. Let me know in the comment section what Carson Wentz can do to be better, what the Eagles got to do going forward in the future, and these last 5 games because it's not over. It ain't over till the fat lady sings. Well, there's no fat ladies here, so it is what it is. At the end of the day, like this video. It helps the channel grow. I'm doing this video in a different area than I normally am, but I am going to hook my spot up for you guys. I keep saying that. I put one little thing on my wall in my last video. I got to stop slacking. So just like Carson Wentz got to start playing, I got to start doing what I got to do too. So at the end of the day, let me know what you think in the comment sections, and you already know the deal. We out.